Hey guys, it is May 31st, technically the last day of my mania, and I am working on Angel of Love again. I thought you guys might like to see her as I've pulled her out. All of this dark blue on the cloak on the left side is all but then put in tonight. I might do just a little bit more and then stop for the night. But she's still lovely. I decided I didn't want to go back to the wing, which is where I stopped last time. That I really just wanted to finish up this cloak. So that's what I'm focusing on. I'm going to work on her for a few days, see how much of it I can get done. Today is Tuesday, and then this weekend I really want to start Luff, the new lady that I'm going to be working on. Her fabric came today. Hold on, let me put this down. You can see that jumble of crap on my table here. It is under my glasses. Kind of a sneak preview of it in the plastic. See if I can get the glare off. So yeah, sneak preview of that. Kind of excited. Can't wait to see what that's going to look like. Let you have something interesting to look at while I finish talking. Can't wait to see what that's going to look like. I really want to start her. Jim, my loving, thoughtful husband, recognized what a funk that I was in last night. And I had showed him her, and I had showed him the fabric, and I said, I've just got to get the threads together, and I can start her. And he said, well, let me go through the thread that you've already got that you're not using for other things, and I'll pick out what you need that you have. So he did that, and he even took a little index card and wrote all the threads down that I need for her and kind of marked the ones that I had. So kind of gave me a convenient little shopping list to go to the store with. And he bought me cake. He came home last night where he had gone out to run an errand and came home with a slice of cake from the grocery store for me. And he was like, I hope this makes you feel better. He's a good man. Anyway, I'm rambling. I give you a little glimpse of Buster chewing on his toes on the couch. Buster. Hey, buddy. And back to what he was doing. And I'm going to go upstairs, maybe take this with me, and crawl into bed with this and the second half of Stephen King's It. I watched the first half last night, and I love that movie. I know it makes me a big weirdo, but when I was a little kid, I had recorded that off TV on VHS, and it's just one of those comfort movies that I would put in and watch, because it is a horror movie, yes, and it's got a creepy, freaky clown in it, but it's also a really good story about friendship. Anywho, I'm going to watch the second half of that and go to bed, and I'll probably vlog again later this week when I'm wrapping this up and starting on the new piece. Bye, guys. Morning, guys. It's the morning of Saturday, June 4th. Just thought I would shoot a little update footage as I'm doing some morning stitching. Still working on Angel of Love, trying to bring a second shade of blue down. Having my morning coffee, getting through my first cup there. Jim and I went out to dinner last night, and then we went to the Super Target. and I needed creamer, and I don't usually buy groceries at Super Target because it's in the next town. So, sorry, I put my coffee down. I was going through the creamers that they had, and they didn't have what I normally get, or at least not what I wanted. They had a Coffee Mate Snickerdoodle coffee creamer. I, of course, bought it. Now may have to drive to the next town over when I want to buy creamer because it is so good. Oh my gosh, it is so good. My best friend, Snickerdoodles are like her favorite cookie in the world. So I messaged her about it. Oh, and Mackenzie just did the Snickerdoodle video. So Mackenzie, if they have that in Canada, you have to get some. Okay, let's see. I am watching Flosstube. This is my setup a lot of the time, just my laptop propped on the arm of my couch underneath my hot light here. I'm watching Stitching May is what she is here on Flosstube, so her vlog that she put up. And I got my stuff for this project over here in a box, and I actually have 2 projects in this box. And my plan is still to start this today, although I haven't really felt like getting to it yet. New starts first thing in the morning are hard for me. But I've got fabric here, and Jim bobbinated all of the threads for me, which I need to put into a box and order. But here's the thing. Don't mind my messy table. It's chaos. I clean on the weekends, and it's Saturday. Focus on my finger. Anyway. Right there. Does anyone else get that? Occasionally it gets aggravated. It's like, Ed called it, oh, you've got Stitcher's finger. I get like a little sore blister-like bump right there when I've been stitching a lot. I guess Stitch Maynia took its toll on me, so that's a little sore. So I'm stitching carefully this morning and kind of, I guess, changing my style a little. I think I normally push the needle through right there. I don't know. Anywho, so I'm going to do something with my hair and that jazz just a little bit in a few minutes, and put Buster in his cat carrier and take him to the vet. He's not sick. It's just time for his vaccines and his checkup. He's officially a senior now. He's over 7, so I guess they start doing blood work. My vet does. I don't know. Phoebe, my last cat, unfortunately got cancer and passed away before she was technically a senior. But we'll see how he does at the vet. I may get a little footage there of Buster either being good or freaking out. See you guys later. Just got home from taking Buster to the vet. That was probably traumatic for both of us. I was taking him from the front door to the car, and I had that thought in my head, wow, it would be really terrible if his carrier fell apart. So like I'm trying to like make sure I'm gripping it well, because Buster's a big boy. And then I felt his carrier start to give. So I'm like getting down to the ground, and it fell apart. He ran up underneath a bush. I had to get him out. It was a bad start to the trip to the vet. But he's healthy. And they, although they took urine and blood, because he's an older senior cat now, and they'll call me back with those results. He is extremely pissed at me. Very, very pissed at Mom today. So he'll be okay. I'm sure he'll come snuggle with me in a little bit. But we're back home. I'm off to stitch and snuggle with him if he'll let me. Bye, guys. Hey guys, it is Monday, June 6th. Sounds good. I thought I would do a quick update because I got to where I wanted to on Angel of Love yesterday. So I'll put her here in the light so you can see her. Got all the way down to the bottom of the cloak. So when I come back to her, I will work on this wing again. And then I have to do the other wing. And then I have to do all of the beading. So, yikes on that. Still a lot to do, but I'm getting there. I have started, where did it go? Luff. I'm not gonna lie, I started her yesterday. I'd convinced myself that I would use less thread and it would be fine and I could loop start if I did 2/2 on the 28 count. Wasn't happy with it. I'll insert a picture after this of where I started it 2/2 and then where I end tonight 3/2. I ripped it all out and started over. And hold on. Get my needle on my binder. So that's where I am right now. It doesn't look like much, but that is her hair going in. It's not going to look like much for a while now. You've got to get a lot done on this before she actually looks like a girl with crazy purple blue hair. Maybe you can hear the train. It's one of the things I love about living where I live is there's not a train immediately in my backyard, but it's close enough where I can hear it. And I love it this time of day. Love it. It's also raining like crazy. So I'm going to get up and go over here so that you guys can see the crazy rain outside. It would be even better if there was some thunder and lightning in there with it, but it's just been a nice steady downpour for a while. Love it. Great stitching evening. So I'm going to get to work on the Luff. I'll work for her pretty consistently probably the rest of the week and put in some photos if I don't do another little snippet between now and then. See you guys later. Bye. Yeah, do you want to know who hasn't gotten out of my lap all evening? And now when I got up, I still have this guy. And then, hold on, sorry, Dharma was doing something cute. But, I mean, can you see this? We're just purring. Being adorable. Somebody needs lots of attention tonight. My little Buster Snuggle Bunny. Anyway, done stitching for the night and off to bed. Hey guys, I'm driving, so this is going to be a really weird angle and I'm not going to look at you that much, but my phone is attached to the dash and I'm not watching it, so I have not filmed for a few days. I have been busy with work and honestly I didn't even stitch yesterday at all. Not at all. I did end up going with a girlfriend last night to go see The Conjuring 2 though, so if you are a horror movie fan, go see it. I love going to go see movies with her because she is a person who other people in the theater don't enjoy it, but she is a person who talks to the people in the movie. She's like, oh no girl, why are you going in the basement? It's a lot of fun. We had a blast. She was screaming in the theater, and other people I think were getting riled up too, and it was just a lot of fun. It was fun to see in the theater. So we did that, and then went to go hang out with another girlfriend last night. Jim is on call this weekend, so he is running around part of Georgia fixing traffic signals. So girls weekend. I'm actually going right now to go meet one of them for lunch, and then we are going back over to the girl I went to the movies with's house and going through some stuff that she's getting rid of and getting first dibs on DVDs and stuff that she's decided no longer need to be a part of her life. I'm continuing to stitch on Luff. I watched that, or stitched on that this morning. I will stitch on it enough to finish out the strands that I'm working on now, and then I'm going to move to something else this evening just because I need some change. It's all purples and blues, and I've got to stitch another color. And I know the whole point of me stitching something like that is that it would bring me joy. So I know this is going to sound bizarre, but the happy fabric and the happy colors are just too happy for me right now. I kind of feel the urge to stitch on something black. Need some extra black in my life at the moment. So I don't know. I'm kind of feeling Book of Spells or the Anatomical Heart, and those are both a lot of black. Sorry, it's this guy behind me. These rednecks in these gigantic trucks who just want to get right up on your bumper. Why? Why? Why do you need to be that close to me? Anyway, there's a lot of black in those pieces, so that's drawing me to them. And then I'm realizing that both of those pieces are on that same linen, and I mentioned this before, that Wexford linen. And there's something soothing about stitching on that linen for me. I really like it. The pausing is where traffic is merging, and I'm being a good driver and paying lots of attention to that. So yeah, that's probably what you're going to see tonight. Although after I hang out with these girlfriends, I got to go home and work on some laundry and stuff again. And then I am going to go meet my sister, and we are picking out Father's Day cemetery flowers, which needs to be done, and it will probably be therapeutic in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But I'm really not looking forward to it. Well, I am and I'm not. Anyway. So I just wanted to record a little something, and maybe I'll record a little bit more tonight and show you guys some actual cross stitch, you know, progress. But I haven't filmed, so I really wanted to update and kind of let you guys know where I was. So I'm going to pause this and continue on my drive. Bye guys. This is the kind of storm we're having here today. It's nice. Soothing. Hopefully people are all well above water with the amount of rainfall we're getting, which we do desperately need. Scroll you around and show you out the back where I have complete signal loss on the television. Let's get up. Spotted storm. Well, I was going to do some more cleaning, but I think I'm just going to kind of settle in and enjoy this for a little bit. This little snippet is for Mackenzie. She was struggling with a setup for her couch because Dexter kept getting into it and asked how other people film when they sit on their couch. So here's the truth. My stitching ottoman goes on my coffee table and faces my couch. This random metal house always ends up on the ottoman, and I prop my phone up here and adjust it. And that makes it just the right setup, which I'm going to do now, and we'll film for you guys. Hopefully this helps. And that's how I film from my couch, the dirty secrets. I did want to prop up and film this way so I could show you guys some progress over the last week. I did start this piece, which I think I have already told you, but this is Luff by Nemu, the French piece. It's dark. It rained earlier, so even if it wasn't dark, it wasn't a good day for filming. But this is the lady that I worked on this past week. And I will show you her. I think this will be the first time you've seen this fabric too. So it's very wrinkled where it's been in my Q-snap. But here is the piece close up. The beginning of her hair. You can see, like, this is where her forehead would be. I'm not intentionally flipping you off. Let's try this way. This is where her forehead would be, and her face is going to be in here, and then all kinds of hair. She's not actually going to be huge. This is a regular, like, 18 by 27, and you can tell she's going to take up a decent portion of this, but not like a Mirabilia or anything. But I plan on, when I get her framed, because the beading is going to be so impressive, and I like so much of this fabric, and unfortunately a lot of the pretty colors were on the edges. And I didn't want to scoot her up too high, because then her face, I felt like, would be too much in the color. Anyway. So, that's her. Colored my hair today. I did it much more red than I usually do it. So, of course, color on top of color on top of color, me doing it myself. The bottom part is still really dark. But when the light hits it, you can see how red it is. I like it. I cut my bangs too, which is why these are actually straightened. I do that myself. $15 or $7, or I forget what it is to pay to go get it done. As fast as my hair grows, I've just learned how to do it myself. But I haven't done anything to any of this. I just colored it and let it dry naturally. So there's that. Putting it back to be put away and stored until I work on it again. And I had posted on Instagram, like if anybody had a vote as to what I should work on next, because I was really torn. And I think everything got a vote. So I ended up narrowing it down myself and just chose one of the darker pieces, because I've kind of been in a dark mood. It is what it is, right? So there's that. I pulled back out Book of Spells. So I have gotten, pull my Q-snap cover back so you can see. I have gotten, this was done last time, and a lot of this, but I've gotten all the writing in and did this little bat today and like the whole word spells and just kind of getting a good bit of work done on it. Really enjoying it. This is that Wexford linen. See how close I can get so you guys can see. It's not as slubby. And I like slubs. You know, I like, but I don't know, there's just something about the variety of having the choice of this and moving to it. It's very soothing. But as I see this, holding it in my home in the evening, how awesome is this going to look in my house? I'm pretty psyched about it. It's going to be awesome. So, I realized today is June 12th, and I realized that I'm going to be working on this on the 13th of June. I'm going to sneeze. It's going to happen. I'm not going to edit it out. Sorry, guys. Maybe not. But I'm going to be working on this on the 13th of June. So I like the idea on the 13th of the month, kind of working on a creepy piece. It may be something I try to continue. If not this one, I mean, it may be one of my other kind of macabre pieces. I think Crafty Angie Cross Stitch mentioned me in her video, and I was really touched. I mean, I really was. But she called my work macabre and majestic. I like that. I think I'm going to describe my pieces that way myself now. But this one definitely falls into the macabre. So pieces like this, 13th of the month, maybe what I do. Just pulled that back out today, so I'm going to work on it for a bit longer. I am going to kind of make this a little different, and I'm going to stop this here, but I'm going to film some other stuff, pause and start around the room. I want to show you guys another craft project I'm going to be working on this week. Father's Day is next weekend, and my sister and I decided that we needed to get some flowers. My dad's headstone was finally installed. I haven't been able to make it up there to see it yet. But we wanted to get some flowers for the stone for Father's Day. And we looked and we looked and we looked, and you're either going to pay a ridiculous amount, or you're going to pay a decent amount and you're going to get flowers that look like crap. Like cheap, crappy, fake looking cemetery flowers. No thank you. I want it to be nice. I want it to look nice. So my idea was that we buy the stuff and do it ourselves. I'm completely capable. My sister wasn't real sure, but we met at the craft store yesterday and we went through everything and we picked out flowers that were meaningful to us, flowers that we knew our dad would like, and just flowers that felt right. So we picked all those out. I'll show those to you next, and then hopefully I'll film again later this week and show you what I was able to do with them, because it was decided that they were just going to go home with me and I was going to do it. So cross your fingers. I also think I'm going to show you guys everything that's on my gallery wall, because all of this is artwork that I love, and we're all obviously really into imagery, or we wouldn't be doing this in the first place. So I'd really like to show you what you can't see on the wall behind me. So maybe, you know, maybe you'll be turned on to an artist that you didn't know was out there, past or present. So we'll do that next. See you in a second. Alright, first up, here is my kitchen table. We bought one saddle form for the top of a tombstone and the stuff to stick the flowers into as I drop that. Sorry guys, as I drop that in the floor. Sunflowers. Decent artificial sunflowers. This is my dad's favorite. He planted those every year. Beautiful orange summery flowers because they're pretty. Some white wildflower looking stuff. These, honestly, just because they look a little manly. This lavender because it's not super girly, and my mom loves lavender. And then we've got these blue flowers, which did feel a little fathery. So, oh, and there's another one. Some greenery. So we'll see what I'm able to do with that, and I will show you guys that later this week. Let's move on to the gallery wall. Okay, we are going to start from the right side and move over. This is a piece by Arthur Rackham. I'm honestly not sure the name of the piece. I bought it as a book page on Etsy and framed it myself. I love it. I should probably be doing this on a day when I have better light, but if anyone wants to revisit anything, we can. This is an original art print that I bought off of Etsy. This is a piece, the name of which I cannot remember, but the artist's name is Emily Ballavay. Getting a little closer. I love all of the greens in this piece. I love the ladies on the rock. So you can see the spelling of the artist's name. And you can see me in the reflection of the glass. This is a personal piece. Not that I did it myself, but this is actually very personal for me and Jim. This is a print of an artist's sketch of the courthouse that we got married at here in Georgia. It's not anywhere near our house. We chose this courthouse because of the history of it. It was built in 1887. It's a solid brick structure with lots of stone and colored glass. And that's where we got married. So we have this framed over the couch. Love it. This is an original photograph of a family. No, I do not know these people. I just loved it. I love the kids and the mom and the dad, and framed it, stuck it over my couch. All of you horror movie aficionados will know this one. I'll get in a little closer for those of you who might need to get closer to recognize what it is. We'll zoom in right here. Now is it ringing a bell? This is one of my favorite Christmas presents that Jim ever gave me. He picked up this this print at a comic book convention, honestly. If you're from this area, you're familiar with Dragon Con, which takes place in Atlanta. He bought it there and gave it to me for Christmas. One of my favorite pieces. Oh, and I don't know if I said already, this is from The Shining. Just another family photograph. Jim bought me this one, so this is not one I bought myself. Framed it, added it to our picture wall above the couch. I like that this one is damaged. I love things that have a story. You can see the water damage on the bottom of this photo. I think it just adds character and charm to it. You guys are well familiar with these two. For those of you who have not read in the comments or asked me personally the story behind these, I bought this couple on a mountain in Alabama at a yard sale. It's a big, huge yard sale that happens every year, and we were going through there. I spotted them across a field and knew that regardless what the person was asking for them, they were going home with me. I imagined that they were photographs when I saw them, but if you get up really close, you can see they are not photographs. I don't know if it's going to be able to tell here, but I'm not sure what they are, but they're not photographs. They're drawings or sketches of some type. She has been in a fire. Part of the edge of her frame here. In fact, you usually see charring on my fingertips. The back of her is burnt as well. Yet another little bit of her charm and damage, part of her story. Everyone knows this piece. You've seen it even if you don't know the artist. This is the Absinthe Robet, and I love it. I love it. I actually have a needle minder with the same image on it. This gypsy woman is at the top and center of our gallery wall. She's quite beautiful. This is an old photograph that someone was selling prints of, and I bought a small print. I'm going to try to do this one at an angle to keep the overhead light from seeing it. This is, I believe this was another book page. It's been so long since I bought this one. The wonderful two-headed girl. You can see people working in the field behind her. Or them. This is so weird. I love this one. I love it so much. Just another print that I frame myself. This is a print that I found on Etsy. This actually came all the way from Thailand. I bought this because I very much fancy myself more of a spiritual person than a religious person. And even with that said, there are a lot of aspects of this religion that make sense to me, but I'm not religious. Also, when my dad was in the war, he was stationed in Thailand. So I've always been drawn to that culture and things that he told me about it when he was there. Yet another gypsy lady. I bought her the same time as the other one, just framed her a little differently. Actually, part of me wishes that she was front and center. I think I like her more, but I feel like she was supposed to be in this frame. It's quite lovely. This is one of my absolute favorites because I actually rebought a book to take this page out of. I had this book of nursery rhymes as a small kid. It was published in the 70s. Oh, it's upstairs on the shelf. I would have to pull it out and show it to you, but I don't remember. But I can remember loving this book for the artwork. This one in particular, The Gypsies. Let's see if we can get up there where you can read it. Or I'll read it to you. My mother said I never should play with gypsies in the wood. If I did, she would say, naughty little girl to disobey. This is my childhood, framed on the wall. Another famous print that many of you know, The Princess and the Pea. I've always loved this piece. I love illustrations, the detail of it, all of those different prints, all of those fabrics, all of the detail. If you get up close, even the fabric on the curtains behind the bed is extremely detailed. The time that it took. I almost wish I had a bigger print of this. This is actually a very small, it's smaller than, it's in an 8x10 frame. Back up to get all of this one in. This is a window pane frame that I had bought at Target because I knew I had to have it and something had to go in it. And I looked and looked and looked, and ages before I had bought a stack of tarot cards and had tried to, you know, learn about them, and they ended up in the box on my shelf, and they're beautiful. They are absolutely beautiful. It was a shame that they were on the shelf and not being enjoyed. So I took out my favorites and framed them in this. Every time my friend Kami sees it, she gets upset because she does dabble in tarot cards, and she feels like they should be arranged differently, but tut on that. They're arranged how I thought they were beautiful. I'm getting closer so you can see. In this one we have the Queen of Swords, Death, Strength, the High Priestess. In this section we have the Tower, the Hermit, one of my personal favorites, Judgment, the Magician. Down here at the bottom we have the Queen of Wands, the Hierophant, the Fool, the Empress, Justice, the Emperor, Temperance, and the Hanged Man. I only recently got a book from Kami that was all about birthdays and stuff, and said that based on when I was born that my personal card was the Chariot, so I almost wish that that was one of the ones up here. I didn't realize it wasn't. Okay, last image. We're just going to kind of slide over to it. There used to be a different picture here, and I didn't like it. I grew away from it. It was my least favorite image on the wall. So I recently discovered that there was a Ouija board, Norman Rockwell. I found it on eBay. I bought it. I trimmed it down and put it in this frame, and I love everything about it. This was a post cover, May 1st, 1920. Well, that's it, guys. I'm going to slide back so you can see the wall as a whole. With all the light from my light on there. And that is what is above me when I'm stitching, because that is my stitchy spot with my aught light. You can see my pattern on the arm of the couch there. And now that I've touched my picture there in the middle, I need to straighten her up. But hopefully you guys were interested in this. If you weren't, maybe you fast forwarded through it. But I love this wall. It took me over a year to put everything together and create it and get it up. And I can't see myself ever wanting to take it down. If we move, I can see this wall going with me, and even if things are moved around, everything going back up again. I love everything on this wall. I will touch base with you guys later this week when I get those flowers together and for another stitching update. Talk to you later. Hey guys, it is Wednesday, June the 13th, and I haven't filmed in a few days, but I just wanted to pop in and show you my current progress on Book of Spells, and also say I've had a few days in the past week where I haven't stitched at all, which is very unlike me, because I will usually at least stitch a little every day, and I've had, I don't know, just maybe some days where I was just too tired, and I don't know, it's been kind of bleh. But here's Book of Spells. It's where I am at current. I've put the center motif, the circle, in this evening. Oops, sorry, it's a bug coming towards my hot light. So I've got this in this evening. I also have not done the floral arrangement. I haven't touched it. The flowers are still on my table where they were before. And yes, that was pretty much just me admitting we don't regularly eat at our kitchen table. We eat at the couch and watch TV people a lot of the times. Or we'll shove everything to one edge of the table and there's just two of us and eat on the seats that are still there. Anyway, so I still have to do that. I am going to work some more on Book of Spells Oh, I've got 3 days to get the flowers done. It's 3 days till Father's Day, right? I'll get it done. Anyway, hopefully I will stitch again tomorrow and the next day and have another update or two before I upload this so you guys can see it. Bye. It is Saturday, the day before Father's Day, and I still haven't done this. But as you can see, I have my hot glue gun plugged in, warming up, so I can get my base glued together and start getting this done. I allowed myself to finish filling in this on Book of Spells this morning as kind of a, I guess, a treat before I did this, and I'm allowed to come back to it after I finish this. But this is what I'm about to do. You guys are holding me to it. I'm doing this today with these I found in my closet. I bought these on sale, so I may put, I know that's a lot. I may just put a little of that in there. But these are the flowers that we bought. Mainly these sunflowers. All right, let's do this. And finished. That was as emotionally hard as I thought it was going to be. I consider this the front because Dad's grave is on the very edge of a cemetery, so there's one side of it that's probably not going to be seen. But, I mean, it's just not quite as full, but it's still full. Sorry, you're getting my kitchen in the process too. Dad loves sunflowers, so, and Mom loves lavender. So the purple feels a little girly, but I know she'll love that. Back to stitching. Hey guys, it's still Saturday. I wanted to do a final clip. I think I'm going to try to edit all of this together tonight and either start it uploading tonight or tomorrow. I've worked some more on Book of Spells today. I showed you earlier where I filled this in. Also brought the border down and then down and made it meet, and I'm working on the section across through here, which is kind of a black lace pattern. Yes, Buster. What is it, sir? What is it? Anyway, there is a little, like, I think of it as like a little lunar planetary emblem here. There's a key stitched in here. There's, honestly, I'm not real sure what it is that gets stitched above the black lace pattern right here. It's kind of a, I'm not sure. It's circles and crosses and all decoratively mished together. And then here there's like a witch's broom. Has a lot of hand-dyed threads in it, so I'm kind of excited to stitch it. It may be the last thing that I end up stitching on this page. And then all of these get filled in, every other one, with a different hand-dyed thread. And then I will finish off the book spine and move to the other side of the book. But, obviously, very little of that is going to get done this evening. And then tomorrow, Buster trying to get his fat kitty butt up on the back of the couch. Yeah, buddy. I'm going to work on this for the rest of tonight, and then tomorrow morning, I think I'm going to pull out Mermaid's Folly and stitch on it and work on that for the next week or so until I feel the urge to go to something else. I do love this hand-dyed thread. I love how that looks. That is Simply Shaker Sampler Threads, 10 bucket. That's really beautiful. And then this is Weeks Dye Works Terracotta. But anyway, I am on the couch waiting on Jim to get home. We're going to grill out tonight, and I was in the mood for this. So I've already seen the entire series, and I really enjoy it. So I'm restarting season 1 of Sons of Anarchy. Really enjoy it. Anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying this vlog style, and I'll get all of this meshed together and get it up on YouTube or Flosstube for you guys, and start filming something for the second half of the month. Hope everybody has a great weekend. See you next time.